My name is Diontae Spencer, professional football player and founder of DS Holdings Group and God Always Circles Back.
Diontae Spencer will go the distance. Touchdown, Denver.
I can tell you about the time I made a call and we got right. I can tell you about the wins and all the losses in my life. I can tell you about the time we ain't give up and we still fight. I can tell you about the time. I can tell you about the money causing now ice. I can tell you about the time I counted him and
I'm from New Iberia, Louisiana, a small town right outside of Lafayette, Louisiana. I had a good upbringing. My family was very important to me. Just grew up with a close family. My sister, my mom, my grandmother, my uncle. I started playing football at a really young age. My mom threw me in the sport very early. So I was playing Pee Wee football with the Iberia Youth Football League, and I excelled in that area. I was pretty fast, and everybody knew that I was a pretty good athlete. So I just kept playing football, and baseball was kind of like my first love. So I never really knew which one I really liked more or the best, but eventually, as I continued to keep playing, it was just one of those things where football just kind of outgrew the love of baseball. I ended up, excelling in high school enough to get a scholarship to go to McNeese State University. And that was pretty cool, man, just going somewhere close to home and just having family to come out and support to all the home games and stuff like that. So it was cool, man. McNeese, very small school, very college town. So football was like very important to them. So it had a lot of conference championships and done a lot of great things in the program. So it was a no-brainer where I wanted to go. I wanted to win. I wanted to compete. So McNeese, treated me very well. Lost my father my freshman year in college. So, at that point it was kind of a shift where, everything kind of became more and more serious, and football was kind of my outlet to that. So, just being a student of the game and just continuing to work, I played myself into, becoming a Hall of Famer at McNeese, and, that was, spoke volumes because I didn't really get highly recruited by a lot of schools, but, my journey was one of those journeys where, I didn't know exactly, where I would end up, but I knew that it would be somewhere, successful. Coming out of McNeese, a small school, and getting the opportunity to go play with the St. Louis Rams as an undrafted free agent. I had a mini camp invite with the Bears, and that didn't work out. So I ended up, getting picked up with the Rams, with the St. Louis Rams at the time. So it was a cool experience, man, just being around like guys like Tavon Austin and stuff like that. Stedman Bailey, Kenny Britt, Chris Givens. Like, it was just, the room was loaded, and it was just, having like somebody like Aaron Donald, you watching him each and every day, as he moves as a pro, to have somebody like that in your class, it was just, it was a big step, in my journey, just seeing what the NFL was like and just being around those type of people that, had success. And I went up to the CFL where, I played for the Toronto Argonauts for 2 years and the Ottawa Red Black for 2 years. So that was one of those things where, the CFL just gave me an opportunity to be a professional, mature, learn more about the game. And I think the biggest thing for me was, I was just humble about, going there and getting better. And, I tell people all the time the CFL changed my life because, that it allowed me, an opportunity to play ball, do what I love to do, but grow so much, not only on the field, but, just believing in myself and, trusting God and having faith in myself to go from the CFL back to the NFL. So, the CFL was, obviously fun experience, and being able to go there and, break records and do some tremendous things in just 4 years. It would have been cool just to see like where that career could have took me, but my end goal was to get back to the NFL, and I just took the opportunity, embraced it, just was very serious about it, and I approached it, with a professional attitude, and I had success very, very early when I got to Denver. So, man, scoring my first touchdown, it was a feeling that I really can't explain, because you're chasing something. A lot of people play for the money. A lot of people play for their own reasons. But, I was playing the game for so long, and to be considered somebody who was, too small to go to LSU or, to a bigger school. It's like when you continue to keep proving yourself right, it's like that next step, it just feels fulfilling. It's like you're not chasing anything. You're just trying to prove to yourself that you can do it. And my first dream was just to walk out the NFL tunnel and, have my name on the back of my jersey. And, as I continued on and on in my career, it's like, it's a feeling you're chasing. You want to just feel like everything that you've put into it, the hard work, the countless hours, the sacrifices. So, when I crossed that goal line, it was like a weight off my shoulders, it was just like I finally did it.
Former Westgate alum Diontae Spencer returns home to give back to his community in the best way he knows how, through football.
I've thrown a couple camps. I've thrown 3 football camps, and that's something that I feel like I want to continue to keep doing back in my hometown. Just giving those kids, something to look forward to, because there's so much talent, there's so much, good football players and good people in the area. And, I feel like that just gives them an opportunity just to, go out and express themselves. So I want to continue to keep doing that. I've dove into real estate a little bit, owning a couple of Airbnbs that I have through my DS Holdings company, and just getting into, more and more of things that, having time now, things that I like to do, finding different interests that I have. So a couple projects, man, and the biggest one I'm working on right now is God Always Circles Back. So just some inspirational, motivational, a brand. Well, it's bigger than a brand. Lifestyle, it's a way of living, a way of thinking, a mindset. So just started doing a couple things like that, and eventually I want to keep growing those things. And it's just been a blessing to be around my son, around my family, being able to see that, coming off an injury, being able to be there and see my son born was a great feeling, and something that will hold a lot of value to me. Just the passing of my father. So that's just another, God Always Circle Back moment. Being a dad, man, it's a great feeling, and it's something that I always dream about, having a son and having a kid. So being blessed with that opportunity, because I lost my father my freshman year in college. So just having that moment and having that clarity moment of God always circles back. Just having a son, man, has been a great honor, and I'm just doing dad things, man. So just being around the house a little more. I'm still working out, still keeping the mind sharp. So it's been a great opportunity, man, just to see the smile on his face each and every day and be around him and enjoy him. It's been a great feeling.
Duck got one of my rooms all flooded with gold. I done bought 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 carat in stones. Cash on the California cash, can't wait to go dress my home. Smash how you itty bitty rap in a minute, I was trying to prolong. On the way to reach my goals, lot of doors open and close. I been spending millions on clothes, I been making millions off clothes. Spend new money to the old, garbage day bitches and old. Cut up my shirt full of hoes, don't wanna got a lot of. Shout out my cousin, my kid.
Run that. I was born in 91. Product of the dope game. 50s, Camaros, cuts when we swing.